welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Today's video is gonna be a little bit gooey and ooey. So if you're not down to hear some nasty things, get up and go. Today I will be talking about several things I wish I would have known before I had my son. The ugly truths about postpartum. First thing I would have really wanted to know. Before giving birth, I had heard that you bleed a lot. It's like having a period, but like 2 times worse. No. 2 times worse is nothing for what you bleed. You literally bleed, and it's like disgusting blood, like clots of blood drip down and pieces, and ugh. Like, forget about cute underwear. Like, literally go buy diapers and be in diapers with your son, because it is disgusting. What I did was I went to Target and I bought granny panties, extra large, literally, and I would put 2 pads, like one and another one, overnight pads, 2 overnight pads, just to catch that yucky stuff. So enough about blood, moving on. Another thing I would have really wanted to know is the first time you poop after having a baby. So when you push out your baby vaginally, you literally push as if you were pooping. And when the baby comes out, it feels like you literally pooped a burning watermelon. Yes, burning watermelon. When you have to actually poop, you're scared. Like, I was traumatized. I did not want to poop. They had to give me a stool softener to make my poop really soft, because I did not want to push. I did not want to even push, not even a shopping cart. I wanted to know nothing about pushing. Oh, moving on. Another thing that I would have really wanted to know, and I was pretty upset about this, was after you give birth, you will still have contractions, especially if you breastfeed. When you breastfeed, your uterus contracts so that your uterus can go back to normal. But those contractions are painful, very painful. So in my experience, my baby was born, and when I latched him on, I felt as if I were having contractions, as if I had to push out another baby. What? Contractions after birth? Yeah, you will feel contractions. Yes, you're in pain before you give birth, and you're in pain after you give birth. On top of having those painful contractions, after you have your baby, you still look pregnant. Yeah, you still look pregnant for about 2 weeks. So I came home from the hospital and I had my son upstairs, and I went downstairs to get a package that had arrived. And the lady in the elevator told me, "Oh wow, you're still pregnant? When are you due?" I'm like, my baby is upstairs. I had him 3 days ago. I am not pregnant, but hey, thank you. On top of that, when my husband's little cousin came to meet the baby, he looked at me, pointed to my stomach, and he's like, "Wow, you have another baby already?" I was like, honey, no, I do not have another baby, but thanks. Another thing that happens postpartum, your hair will fall off. You will wake up, look at your pillow, and you will see lots and lots of hair. Your hair falls, and it falls like crazy. Not like when you shower and you brush your hair, and you know, you get little strands of hair. No. You can literally make a wig with the amount of hair that falls off. It's crazy. Another thing is that after you give birth, you cannot wipe yourself. If you pee or poo, like, you cannot just grab toilet paper and wipe yourself. No, it doesn't work that way. You know what you have to do? They give you this water bottle looking thing that has like a top that you screw on with some holes. So you fill it up with water and you literally squirt it, and that is how you clean yourself for, you know, a week if you're lucky like me and you did not need stitches. But if you need stitches, you need to use that thing for the rest of your life. It becomes your best friend, I promise you. Another thing, you know, when you're pregnant, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but on bellies you get like this line, like the little black line. It's not really black, but it's like darker skin on your belly. That line will not go away as quick as you want it to. That line will stay there for maybe about 5 more months, if you're lucky. Oh look, I still have. So yeah, you will have the line, you will still look pregnant. Life postpartum is not the best. Yeah, you have your baby, you're super happy, but the way you feel with your body, you just want to do anything to get your body back. Another thing I would have liked to know is when you get the epidural, I don't know if you're familiar with the epidural. It's like having an IV in your spine, and it has to stay in there the whole time you give birth. And when they take it out, you still feel like you have it in. So for the next 3 days, you're still gonna feel as if you have a needle in your spine, and it is not nice. It's painful, very painful. I was actually a little bit concerned, and I would ask the doctor, hey, are you sure I don't have anything left in my spine hurting me? And you know, I don't want to be paralyzed because I know the epidural is dangerous. But no, I had nothing in my spine. Everything was perfect, but the pain. And this is something my husband and I both would have wanted to know. Sex after birth. So you're supposed to wait 6 weeks before you have sex after birth so that all, you know, everything can go back into place, you can close properly so that you don't get infections, especially if you had stitches. That's very painful. My husband didn't want to wait 6 weeks. So, silly me decide, let's keep the guy happy. We decided to try it maybe 9 days after giving birth. And listen, it was the scariest thing in my life. I don't know, maybe scariest isn't the word, but I was traumatized. I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna hurt so much. I can't do this. Literally, it was not romantic at all. The most unromantic sex I think we've ever had in our lives. This is how literally like it was. It was like, stop, wait, no, slow, please, stop. No, slow, no, slower, no, slower, be careful, please, no, loop, more loop, please, careful. That was literally how we had sex the first time after giving birth. Not only that, like, he told me, like, stick something in to a hole that's like, I don't know if you guys have seen Stranger Things on Netflix, but you know, like that dimension where everything is just black and it's like this big hole. It's like sticking something into that hole, like so spacious, like I don't know. But no worries, after maybe about 3 or 4 times and after you wait a few weeks, everything goes back to normal. Yes, you will go back to normal, you will close back to normal, everything will be tight like it was before, and voila, it's like you never had a baby. You just need patience. But yeah, I wish I would have known this before I had my baby, because I was super scared and I started Googling, will sex ever be the same after you give birth? Yes, it will. 6 months later, I can tell you that it most definitely will. And the last thing I would have wanted to know is what my vagina would look like after giving birth. So after I gave birth and I finally saw myself, I was a little bit in shock. Everything was so swollen, so wide, so big. Literally, it looks like if you have man balls just hanging, like super swollen. Not pretty at all. I was like, my husband cannot look at this because he's not gonna be attracted to me ever again. But no worries, after a few days, everything unswells again and goes back to normal, and you will have everything how you had it before. I don't mean to scare any of you. I don't mean to make you doubt having kids or a natural birth. After a few months, you will be back to normal again. I promise. Those were the 10 ugly truths and the things I would have wanted to know before I had my baby. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe and do all of that stuff. We'll see you soon. Bye. Bye.